think... Kuro senses an owl around here.
We should be able to cook here.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
I think Kuro senses an owl around here.
Why didn't the Renans take advantage of all of these ruins around here? It seems like a missed opportunity.
Most likely because it would be inefficient for harvesting astral energy. That's what dictates the current positions of each realm's capital.
Plus, Renans are averse to using anything that belongs to the Danans.
Dispose of the trash.
This one's mine! Igneous! This one's all mine! It's over! Eternal devastation!
Careful! It has some kind of camouflage!
Look sharp! There's a shot!
Shadow blast! I'm all stuck up! Annihilation!
Eternal devastation! Burn! One more! Here I come! Dragon form! Igneous! You're finished!
Ready to go!
On your explosive ring!
Healing
Try
circle!
harder!
I owe you one for that.
Crush!
You made me angry.
Try
That was
not
a
a
bad
chance.
idea.
Will this help?
Going in.
Crush!
Healing circle! Lightning!
This one's mine.
Eternal
One more.
devastation!
Tiger Blade. I'll take you all on. Ha! Flare the Malachor. How about this?
Elusive deity! Eternal devastation! Dragon form!
It's in the sky, it's mine!
Can you take it? Eternal devastation!
Glacial spear! Pierce evil!
Elusive deity!
Freeze laser!
Here I come!
This one's mine!
Tornado drive!
Not in your dreams!
Look sharp! Eternal devastation!
First
Armor
aid!
won't save you
Tiger
from the
blade!
way!
Lion
Take this!
Howl! Recover!
Catapult!
Going in.
Dragon swarm!
That's
Coming
what my
through.
shield's for. Get behind me.
Got it! Now, I'll leave it to you! Scarlet Inferno!
On guard. Take this.
You
Tiger
picked
Blade.
the wrong fight! Heal!
Lion
Time
Howl.
to try
I
this!
owe you one for that.
Infernal torrent!
On your
Cut!
A Appreciate the help.
I'm out of ammo.
Rising Phoenix!
Air pressure.
Here I come!
This one.
Burning.
Here I come!
Have blind crush. Time to shine.
Elusive Dragon Form!
Can you take it?
This one's mine.
Explosive Ray!
Lion
Dragon Form!
Piercing roar.
Try this! Explosive Ring!
Going in. Arc steel. Here. Not on my watch.
Piercing
Anything in armor is all mine.
far enough.
Elusive
Going in.
Rotating.
I'm ready!
Healing arc.
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
We're still standing. Barely.
This might go well in that new recipe.
Can't wait to see what you make.
You're the one making it.
No choice!
Radiant
You're mine!
Force of regeneration.
Dragon Form!
Glacial Steel. Here's evil. Let the Tiger Blade. It's a duel of the arc.
On your knees. Flying free.
What can they just sit still?
Can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done about that.
On your knees.
Dragon Form!
Air pressure.
Ready to go. Crescent moon.
Dragon Form!
Tiger
Try
blade.
this! Burn in hell!
It
Here
is
I
first aid.
Nicely done.
Seriously? Is this a joke?
Dragon Form!
Resonate with the earth.
You're mine!
Your reflexes will not serve you well here.
Force of regeneration.
Here I come! You've got flyers!
I've got this. Let a marksman handle it.
Save you.
All yours!
Elusive deity.
Explosive Ring! We did it!
Yeah, and probably to me.
Explosive Ring! Dragon Form!
Astral Arts?
That's my cue.
Shut him down!
In a bind.
Look sharp.
This one's all mine! Not a chance!
Tiger blade.
Dragon Form!
Reload. I'm out of ammo.
Can you take it?
Aw, too shy.
Eternal Devastation!
Here we go. Let me out.
You're done!
Elusive deity.
Here goes.
No escape!
Shattering
Small, but a victory nonetheless.
We have a long way yet to go. Hoo hoo. Hoo 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 hoo.
You're saying we should check the owl forest?
Eat dirt! You're finished!
Tiger Blade!
I'm ready!
It can hide itself here?
From me? You're finished!
Pesky airborne scoundrel!
Sounds like a job for yours truly.
Dragon Swarm!
Annihilation.
No further!
Thunder Touch!
Dragon Swarm!
Not on my watch.
Dragon Swarm!
Igneous Discharge!
This one's all mine!
Crescent Moon!
Burn!
I'm grateful.
Dragon Swarm!
Tiger Blade!
Annihilation.
Struck!
Into the
Dragon
shadows.
Swarm!
Elusive deity!
Mega Ray.
Dragon Swarm!
This one's mine!
By the
It's
power
time
of
to get
God.
it!
Time to shine!
Into the shadows.
Save you!
Here goes!
Dragon
Downfall.
coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! Here I come!
Where are you going?
Crush! I'll grind you with it's over!
Here, let me help.
Hey, Rising Phoenix!
On your knees!
Glacial Spear. Here's the evil.
You're mine!
Far enough!
Ha!
Freeze Lancer.
Going in!
No further!
Will this help?
I'll stop its charge!
Not
You made me
Kisara.
angry! That was a bad idea!
Here goes.
I owe you
Blazing
one!
Meteor!
Into the
Time to
shadows.
shine! I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare Demolisher!
Here I come!
I'm all stuffed up.
Piercing Roar!
Ruin! Get this! Here I come! Dragon Swarm!
Glacial Spear. Here's the evil.
Blazing Meteor!
Freeze Lancer.
You're shattering us!
Pieces!
None!
I'll smash you!
Crush!
Healing Circle.
I'm gone! Their arts were interrupted! Appreciate the help!
It's too much!
Phoenix Blast. Reload.
Catapult!
I'll heal you all.
Time to
Dragon
shine!
Swarm! Catapult!
I couldn't make it in time.
Mega Ray.
Appreciate the help!
If it's in the sky, it's not.
Tiger Blood! Crescent Moon!
Dragon Swarm! I'm ready! Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone! We're still standing. Barely.
I sense a strange power from this. Is the blazing sword okay?
A little water's not going to hurt it.
Am I imagining things? Or are there a lot of big Zoogles in this area?
No.
Get lost.
You're mine!
This one's mine. Where are you going?
Round and pound!
Not beyond fury!
Aggression.
And more listen up for now!
Here goes.
Dragon Swarm!
Flaming Meteor!
In a bind?
Try this!
Flame.
Round and pound!
Here, let me help.
Take this! Far enough!
First aid.
Elusive deity! Rotating pile driver!
Look
Here I
sharp!
come!
Look sharp!
Blind you with the
Round
dark!
and pound!
Can't move!
Freeze
Don't
Lancer.
leave me all alone here.
Dragon Swarm!
Fury. You've taken too much damage.
Igneous
with the
Discharge!
Stalagmite! everything darkness.
Can't be happening.
Resonate
Come
with
on.
the earth.
Eternal devastation!
No chance.
It's on!
Ready to go.
Air pressure.
Dragon Swarm!
Now or never.
It's in your hand. Now.
Fury. Burn it.
Eternal devastation!
Go.
Dragon Swarm! Burn!
I'm hurt
Eternal
down.
devastation!
An outstanding
Your mind!
Here goes. Water. Hear my call.
On your listen to it! Eternal devastation!
Not in your dream.
Flaming meteor! I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare the Molotov!
This one's mine.
Eternal devastation!
Here I go.
Dragon Swarm! Here I
Charge
come!
like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop it. This one's mine.
Take this.
Piercing roar!
It's on! Eat dirt!
I'll grind you into...
It's in your hands now.
Eternal... Stay away from my friend!
Out of the woods, it seems.
What was I thinking?
Crescent flash.
Yes, this
Moon corruption.
Make it rain!
Xeon. Astral energy. Full throttle.
Does anyone else think this may be just a bit too tough for us? You guys want to rest here? You can never be too prepared. But did we have to spend so much?
The Vermilion vegetation certainly gives this realm a distinct, if somber, ambiance.
Seems like there's lots of fruit and plants that we can eat.
I also can't help but notice the ceaseless howling of the wind.
Looks perfect and tastes just as good.
Kisara, let's talk for a bit.
Sorry for rambling on so much about my past earlier.
Don't sweat it. It was fun hearing you reminisce about the good old days.
Come on, you don't have to pretend with me. I know I can tend to go on sometimes when it comes to my brother.
You said it, not me. Anyway, I don't think it's something for you to be embarrassed about.
Hey, Alphen. When you were a kid, was there ever a time when you had to bury someone younger than you?
Well, it's hard to say. I'm guessing that you have, though.
Yeah. During the previous crown contest, with the Lord before Dohalim. Life back then was truly hell. I think that's why I tried to ignore what Miguel was telling me for so long. Because I was afraid of going back to such a dark time, of losing hope. I wanted to believe in our paradise so much that I doubted the one person I should have trusted most. I don't blame Dohalim for that. I simply didn't want to face facts. And I ended up trying to project my ideals onto everyone else.
It's strange. Whenever you and Dohalim talk about Menancia, it's always like it's some big failure. We're talking about fixing 300 years worth of damage here. Isn't it a bit optimistic to think it was all going to be resolved after only 5?
You might be right. Maybe it was a mistake when Menancia... No, when I decided to stop seeing the darkness in our society. I have to admit the truth. To myself, first of all. I'll take watch tonight. It's okay. Rise and shine. We're almost ready to leave.
I wonder what we can make with this.
If you can't decide, I'll have it raw.
Hey, wait! Don't eat... that.
Do you think this is one of the places where the Dark Wings and Almeidrea fought?
I wouldn't be so sure. This place appears more ravaged by time than combat. Even if there are signs of destruction, it would likely have taken place during the Great Conquest of 300 years prior.
And ever since, it's been a breeding ground for Zeugles, I guess.
A dead end?
No, there's an elevator. Looks operational.
I can't believe there's actually an underground harbor here. There are even boats docked.
I only see Danites. Think they were forced to work here?
Probably. Let's see what they have to share about Almeidrea. You didn't happen to see a lord come by, did you?
Sorry, friend, but she just left. Came by with a whole posse of underlings, boarded her ship, and took off at first wind. We damn near got blown away. She was that much in a hurry.
Damn! So we missed her!
You guys trying to go after her? Need a ride?
Are you saying you know how to steer a ship?
Spent most of my life chained to the deck of some ship or other. Yeah, I know my jib from my boom.
We don't know how dangerous it'll be. Better you give us the boat and stay on solid ground.
Whoa there! You been out on the water before? The sea ain't nobody's friend, you know. You need a sea dog like me, or you'll sink her before she makes it out the harbor.
We're losing time. Sir, we're in your debt.
Now that's more like it. Name's Mahavar. Just give me a holler when you're all set and we'll set sail. This is like a dream come true. Never gotten to captain a ship before. Never would have thought I'd get a chance like this. Thank you, y'all.
The pleasure's all ours. Think we'll catch up to her?
Of course we will. They got too much weight on them. Meanwhile, this ship's carrying nothing but us salty scalawags. They got a good head start on us, but we can take them.
Do you know if there are any Dahnans on that ship?
Couldn't say for sure. On the one hand, seeing as it's supposed to be something of another castle, I'd reckon they probably wouldn't let a bunch of Dahnans on board. On the other hand, I'd be real surprised if the Renans were able to pilot that thing all by themselves. In any case, it's gonna be a while before we reach her. Until then, you're all free to do whatever. Just don't fall in the ocean.
I know Mahavar said we could take it easy, but there's not exactly a lot to do on this boat. And I guess I'll check in on everyone and see how they're holding up.
I took a look around inside the ship just in case, but I didn't find anything that looked like it might be suspicious.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
You know, it wasn't until I left Calaglia that I finally realized just how big the world is.
When we tore down the wall in Calaglia, and I could finally see the horizon in the far-off distance, I had the exact same thought.
Yeah, somehow the sea is different though. I'm not sure just how to put it. It's almost as if it just goes on forever. I bet my old man would have been blown away by this view.
Yeah.
Ever since he died, I've been thinking about what it was that he was really trying to say to me at the end. I keep going over his words again and again. And heck, maybe I'm just overthinking it all. But still, sometimes I wonder if it could have turned out differently. If there was something I could have done. But no matter how much I play it back, I'm still no closer to finding any answers. And then there's everything with Rinwell. I stopped her from killing Almeidrea, but was that really the right thing to do? Or did I just end up making things harder for her? I feel like such a screw-up.
You're not the only one. I keep asking myself what Zephyr would have done had he been here. Like I think, how would Zephyr have handled Rinwell?
Yeah, I think he definitely would have stopped her. No doubt about it.
And that's exactly what you did, Law. I think he'd be really proud of you.
Alphen.
Zephyr's not the worst yardstick to measure ourselves against. Let's both do our best to make him proud.
Sounds like a deal. Thanks, Alphen.
Hold that pose long enough and someone might just come along and paint you.
Any artist who'd see fit to paint me needs their eyes tested.
What can you tell me about Almeidrea?
Not as much as you'd probably wish. I only ended up crossing paths with her a handful of times, after I was chosen to be a lord on Lenegis.
Ah, right. I almost forgot about Lenegis. How much do you think they know about what's been going on down here?
It's safe to assume they know everything, though I know not why they choose to remain uninvolved. Perhaps they see what's been happening as just part of the ongoing crown contest.
Even what Almeidrea did? Has it really reached the point where her actions are seen as normal?
Not to my knowledge, no. At its core, the crown contest is a competition to see who can amass the most astral energy. And to amass such energy, slaves are needed to collect it from. It's therefore against the Lord's interest to kill them.
So then why would Almeidrea do something like that?
We must remember that time is running out in the crown contest. Perhaps her hand was forced, so to speak. It is a way to accrue astral energy faster and in larger quantities than through slave labor. Doing so kills off that labor force, obviously, but it is a means to an end nonetheless. No one could have foreseen that something like the Hollowing would arise back when the contest was first conceived.
Is becoming the Sovereign of Rena really that important to the Lords?
Of course. It's the greatest prize one can attain in their eyes. In that respect, at least, I'm really not that surprised that Almeidrea resorted to what she did, as utterly despicable as it is.
It's reassuring to hear you feel the same way I do.
I worry that the only reason I never did anything similar in Menancia was due to my lack of ambition.
If you didn't want to be reminded of your past, you could have just plugged your ears.
You think too highly of me. I'm afraid I must respectfully disagree. I'm not nearly as virtuous of a person as you might wish to believe.
If that's so, would you have been so shaken up when Kisara lost her brother? Why else would you turn your back on your own kind and choose to fight for Miguel's dream? Aren't we just Danans?
A curious choice of words. Did what you see in Mahag Saar hit you that hard?
What Deadheim did to that city, he didn't liberate anyone. Anyone who refused to follow him was an enemy in his eyes. 300 years of Renan rule taught him nothing.
What I have come to understand is that the conflict extends beyond Danan versus Renan. There is an internal quarrel as well. I mean to bring about a true, lasting coexistence in Menancia. But there are more walls we must topple first.
And you don't think you can pull it off?
Well, you seem to think you can, at least.
Does that make us enemies?
Insofar as an exchange of swordplay, no, it doesn't.
Not good enough for you?
Are you really... Forgive me. I will continue to fight by your side a while longer. That much I have decided.
So good. You all right?
The floor... it keeps moving. How can you stand it? How can you even stand?
I'm not the best person to ask about discomfort. I can't feel pain, remember?
I still can't believe what happened in Niez. Even now. As a lord, my expectations for Almeidrea were already pretty low. But the way she treated human lives like they're mere playthings...
Yeah. And it wasn't as if the situation in Niez was improving much to begin with.
You mean Deadheim?
The whole reason I started fighting back was because of my anger at the atrocities of Renan rule. Back then, all I had to worry about was fighting the Renans for the sake of the Danans. But then I met Shion and the people of Menancia, and things became a lot more complicated. It's even messier now that we have to worry about Danans like Deadheim.
It used to be that the Danans were the ones in the right, and the Renans were the ones in the wrong. Though, maybe that was just a biased perspective, from being on the side of the oppressed.
Exactly. I'll never tolerate the Renans ruling over us, but nothing ever ends up being as black and white as you'd expect it to be either. That's clear to me now.
That said, even putting aside bad apples like Deadheim for a moment, You may be able to free the Dahnan people, but that won't undo 300 years of oppression. It'll be hard for them to not give in to their resentment. I think maybe that's why I clung to our dream so hard back in Menancia.
Even if his motivations weren't pure, Dohalim has a good heart. He didn't sink to the depths Almeidrea did.
You don't understand. I'm saying that it goes deeper than that. This hierarchy we live in, it's not solely something the Renans invented. I remember a story Rinwell once told me. She said before the Renans invaded, we Dahnans had our own class system. We are the ones who divided ourselves. I saw it in Deadheim's eyes. He wanted to rule over others.
To hear Bayfon tell it, Deadheim wasn't always that way.
But as time went on, and he and the Darkwings fought the Renans, he eventually changed. I guess what I'm getting at is, if we defeat the Renans but just go back to the way things were before, was there even any point in fighting?
But that world isn't the one you want to create, right?
Maybe not. But to tell you the truth, these days I'm not so sure that dream is even possible.
You have your promise to Miguel, though. Your home and the people of Menancia are depending on you.
I know. My brother. He truly believed in his dream of coexistence. And I suppose, even now, many people still do. And then, there's you.
Who, me?
You and Shion.
Not sure I follow.
Okay, then let me spell it out for you. How many other Renans and Dahnans do you know that get on as spectacularly as the two of you?
I don't know that I'd say spectacularly.
Well, I suppose it's really all a matter of how you look at it, isn't it?
I really don't see what you're getting.
Ugh, I think I'm getting seasick again. Sorry. Can you just give me a wide berth for a few minutes?
Do you think Law is okay?
If you're worried, why don't you ask him yourself?
Yeah. I think maybe I should apologize to him too. I should apologize to all of you, really.
Us too?
Well, I was kinda lying to you all this whole time. I was blind to everything except my own revenge. I never even considered the struggles all of you might be facing.
We all have things we'd prefer to keep to ourselves, Rinwell. So what if you had something to hide? It doesn't undo the good that you've done, or the people that you've helped save along the way.
But that's not what I mean.
I know. You're talking about Almeidrea, right?
Yeah. I hate her, Alphen. I can't stop hating her. Even just thinking about her makes my head feel like it's going to explode. But it's not just her. I think about the way Law looked at me. I hated the Lord who killed my parents. And I hated the Renans I had to travel alongside. And yet, Cyslodia's Dahnans backstab each other like it's a normal way of life. And Mahag Saar has people like Deadheim. But then there are people like Law and Shion. It's all just too much. I don't know what to think anymore.
Law never said that you had to forgive Almeidrea. It's only natural you would hate your family's murderer. But...
But what?
Law left home because of how much he hated his father. As a result of that, well, I think Law spent a lot of time thinking about how they never got to make things right. And if I had to guess, killing Ganabel didn't make any of those feelings go away. Law let revenge fuel him, And I think now he's afraid you'll do something you'll regret.
Afraid?
Whatever happens to Almeidrea when this is all over is up to you. I'll respect whatever choice you make. Just think it over carefully for me, okay? You still have time.
Okay. Thanks, Alphen. Say, back then, after the fight, I think I really made Xion mad. I don't know, though. Maybe it just looked that way. But I guess I just can't seem to understand how she feels. Do you know why she gets like that?
Xion's... She can be a tough nut to crack. She doesn't really talk a whole lot about herself.
It's just what she said about hate being a source of strength. Where did that come from? I wonder how it feels, not being able to hold another person's hand.
Lean much further, you'll go overboard. Keeping an eye out for Almeidrea's ship?
I'm looking at the ocean.
The ocean?
Yeah. The waves. They help me think. This world is filled with natural wonders. The icy air and white peaks of Cyslodia, the lush green glades of Menancia, the harsh wastes of Calaglia. But Menancia has its Lake of Death, and Nias its ruins. And they wouldn't be there if it weren't for that contest.
Say we actually manage to put a stop to the crown contest for good. What do you think will happen between the Dahnans and the Renans then?
You first.
Well, I want to believe that the coexistence we saw in Menancia can happen elsewhere, too. It's insane for all of us to keep fighting. If Menancia can do it, so can everyone else.
Yeah, I think that would be good too. A world where everyone can get along. At least, that's what I've come to believe.
You sure have changed.
I can't lie to you. Since I was young, I've looked down on the Dahnans too. But I've seen a lot. And I see things differently now. I've seen so many ugly and terrible things in this world. And yet, they didn't come from just the Dahnans. And the good things too. They didn't come from just the Renans. Kindness and cruelty exist on both sides. A person's race doesn't factor into it. So, I guess you're right after all, Alphen. I have changed. You know, I've never actually touched another person like this.
Xion.
Ever since I was on Lenegis, I've always been alone. Even after I came to Dahna. Always.
And now,
Do you still not remember your past?
No. Sometimes it feels like I can almost remember. But then this mask stops me.
The mask keeps you from remembering why you have the mask in the first place. It's a little ironic, isn't it?
A little. Well, it won't be long now before you're rid of those thorns, you know? Only 2 lords remain. And once you have their master course, you'll be able to create the Renis Alma, right? Then you can... Shionne?
Sorry, it's nothing. Promise. You're right, though. It'll all be over soon. I never could have made it this far on my own. I have everyone to thank for that. Including... especially you, Alphen.
Don't worry about it. We're friends, after all.
Yeah, we are.
Wonder how much longer it's going to be before we catch up to Almeidrea. I'll ask Mahavar.
Look who's up! Good timing. We're closing in on her stern as we speak.
That's the ship? She's huge. Law, go gather the others, will you? Think you'll be able to flank them without getting spotted?
Yeah, with the fog as our ally, I think I might just pull it off. Long as we ain't too noisy, we should be okay.
What'll you do if they catch on to us?
Not much I can do. Ship that size, they'll probably blow us to bits before we ready cannons.
Persistent little things. Evidently, I shouldn't have spared the wretched vermin. Hungry already, my dear? Worry not, for you shall have plenty to feast upon shortly.
Perfect. You managed to get us right up beside them.
I'll stay with the ship so we can leave as soon as you're done.
Good. Then let's find Almeidrea.
She...
Now that's what I call a ship!
Yeah. The biggest one in all of Mahag-Sar. So big that it took years to construct.
For all we know, Kelzelik may well have been smuggling materials to help build it. In which case it would be yet another mistake on my part.
We don't know that she was only getting materials from Menancia.
You think it's possible that they might have come from elsewhere too? Yeah, I guess I could see it.
But what do you think Almeidrea plans to do from here on out, now that she's abandoned her realm and sailed out to sea?
She'll be filling her coffers with gold, most likely. Then she'll sit back and enjoy the show as the other lords duke it out. Or something to that effect, at least.
I wouldn't put it past her.
She's strong, yet shrewd, and will stoop to any low. A dangerous one indeed.
She's not the first, and she won't be the last. This is a lord we're talking about, remember?
Sounds like you've made up your mind already.
There was never anything to decide. No one who can smile like that while doing what she did deserves to roam free.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
This might not be the best time, but if you have a minute... That mask of yours, it was shattered by a blow from Balsev when you fought back in Calaglia, correct?
Yeah, thanks for the reminder. I thought it was a goner.
Balsev's brute strength was in a league all its own, yet half the mask remains. It's remarkably durable. Too durable to be Dahnan in origin.
Shion said the same thing. As if the fact I was wearing it meant there had to be more to me than met the eye.
You recalled your name when the mask broke, I hear.
Yeah, that's right. Although to tell you the truth, I'm a little scared what might happen when I lose the remaining half. Then again, the idea of not doing something because I'm afraid scares me even more. That's why I go on fighting.
Only he who first faces the night catches a glimpse of the dawn.
Come again?
It's nothing. Forget I said anything.
No choice. Bring him down!
Tiger Blade! Here goes!
Run for their ranged attack!
Engaging! Fire support!
Leave the ensnaring to me. Another incantation ruined.
I'm not done!
On your knees.
Do it!
Dragon Swarm!
Glacial Fear! Here's the evil!
Try this!
Time to shine!
Explosive ring!
Regeneration!
I'm ready!
Astral Energy!
Say no more!
I know fine weapon material when I see it.
Let's see what you've got.
I see one, eh?
This one's strong!
A new melody!
Ready and ready! Take down their defenses! Fire support! You're finished! Be my guest! I'm ready! Kisara! Commander of Heaven! Phoenix Cyclone! I can feel my power growing!
Got it!
Are you okay? You're not too tired, are you?
Nope, I'm fine. Let's keep moving.
That's far enough!
Take it!
I'm gone!
Can't get out of this!
This one's mine!
Take it! Dragon Flame!
These ones can run rings around us.
Explosive ring! Take it down! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
On your chance! Stardust!
Tiger!
Rising Phoenix!
Small, but a victory nonetheless.
We have a long way yet to go.
Opponent like this would be easy. Eat dirt!
Crescent Moon! This one's mine!
Do mine!
I can read your moves like a book! Now you see what I can do!
My shield!
Tiger
I'm ready! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Will this help?
My turn! Damn it! Too fast! Stand back! I'll trip it up! Go in! Down! Dragon Fist! I'm ready! In an instant! Impact Claw!
We can really make weapons with this? I'll do my best!
Dragon Swarm! Not today! Dragon Swarm!
Not on my watch! Mega Ray! Lion
Have you ever considered your purpose in life?
Crescent Moon! Far enough!
Can't get out of
Here's the
We're
end.
not finished! You're mine! Allow me to help
Freeze Lantern!
I'll blind you with a shot! Explosive ring!
Do it! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! My turn!
Burning flames!
Dragon Swarm! Explosive ring!
In the sky is mine! How about this? Do it!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone! Don't get complacent. I won't forgive you! Where you go?
Dragon Swarm! Explosive
They
ring!
really don't give up, do they?
To everlasting justice! Dragon Swarm! Eat them! Dragon Swarm! I'm ready!
Law! I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life! On your knees!
I'm all stopped up! Aw, too shy to come over?
Try this!
Here, let me help!
Explosive ring!
Make it right!
Bring up! Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
We managed to pull through.
Let's see what you've got.
I'll smash you! My shield!
I can handle it! Lion! Reload!
Is it too late to talk over our differences?
Dragon Swarm! I'm ready!
Astral Energy!
Say no more!
I'm gone! Make it right!
In an instant! Impact Claw! pretty lucky.
Let's dispose of the trash.
Take this! Dragon Swarm! Resonate with the earth!
That makes you the villain this time.
Rebel!
Make it rain! Get toasty!
Burn strike! Here I come! Dragon Swarm! Burn! You win! Dragon Swarm!
Anything in armor is all mine! Armor won't save you!
Burning strike!
Elusive deity! Begin!
Spread! This one's mine! Let the marksman handle this!
On your knees!
Go in! Ground and pound!
Air Pressure! Explosive Ring!
I'm out!
Dragon Swarm!
I never miss!
Elusive deity! Rotating pile driver!
Explosive Ring! Dragon Swarm!
Going in!
Can't get out of sight!
Tiger Blade! Lion! I can handle it!
Resonate with the earth!
Eternal
Stalagmite!
Devastation!
On your knees!
Here I come! Dragon Swarm!
This one's mine!
Take this!
Here,
I owe you one!
Ready to say
do it!
Shield!
This one's got your name on it!
Action to action!
Could have been worse.
Never seen anything like it.
It's an authentication key. They're quite common.
Maybe where you're from, but this is new to me.
It might go in an elevator somewhere. We should test it out. Let me help.
You're mine! Burn! I owe you one. Eternal Devastation! You're mine!
Eating pile driver!
Gemini Aqua! Do it! Astral Energy!
Say no more!
Take it! Toast it! Who wants to die
Got
next?
fire!
I've got this! Little marksman!
All yours!
A comfortable win. Discourteous, aren't you?
You got spirit! Dragon Swarm! Dragon Swarm! I won't show you any mercy!
I'll smash you! I owe you one for that. Time to shine! I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare the Malika!
Lunar Corruption!
Going in!
Dragon Swarm! Dragon Swarm! This
Where
one's
are
all
you
mine.
going?
Burn!
Can't get out of
Here,
sight!
Evo!
Dragon
It's
Swarm!
here! Far enough!
Going in! Freeze laser! That's it!
Tiger
Take
Blade!
this!
First aid!
Light up the dark! Begin! All right!
Catapult.
Let me at him!
Lunar Corruption! Lunar Blast!
Explosive ring!
Here goes!
Here I come! You're finished!
Begin!
I don't feel so bad.
So you
should
clamor
sit this
for my
one out
true
then.
power?
I miss all the fun. No way.
Any more of this and I'll burn out!
Got better!
Dragon Swarm!
Annihilation!
I've taken too many hits!
Light up the dark water!
Take that!
Take this! Dragon Swarm!
Resonate with the earth! That's it! Stalagmite!
Tiger Blade!
On your
Burn!
knees!
Lunar Corruption! Gemini Aqua! If it's in the sky, it's mine!
Now
Another
you've gone and
incantation
ticked me
ruined.
off!
Dragon
Prepare to
Swarm!
be sealed!
Not today!
Here I go!
Dragon Swarm!
Tiger Blade! Burn!
Eternal Devastation! Sluggish Dwarf!
Here's evil!
I can carve through armor! Take this!
Not in your dreams!
Fantastic. Now my clothes are ruined.
Glacial Spear! Here's evil!
Eternal Devastation! Try this! Dance on the wing! Dragon Swarm!
Gemini Aqua! Hear me! Flame of Steel! Burning Strike!
On your knees! No further!
Mega Ray! I'll stop its charge! Thanks, Kisara!
Try harder! Stay away from my friends! Burn!
You've gone and ticked me off!
Lunar
Going in.
Crimson!
On your knees!
Shattering water! Pieces!
I'm ready!
Blade!
Rising! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone! Does anyone else think this may be just a bit too tough for us?
Engage! Resonate with the earth!
This one's mine! Ground and pound!
Rising Phoenix! Easy ensnaring to me. Yeah! Finally to me!
Make it break!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Here,
let me help!
Stardust!
Thunder! There! Go!
Dragon Form!
Ground and pound! By the power of blood!
Dragon Form!
Elusive
deity! A new melody! Explosive ring!
Dragon Form! This one's mine! Going in!
Explosive ring! Elusive deity!
Freeze! Lancer!
These don't seem like your run-of-the-mill Zeugles the Renans usually keep around.
Indeed. I believe it's safe to assume these were used in her experiments.
They certainly look as twisted as her.
Even here. This is...
I remember seeing instruments just like this back in Estable.
Let's see what you've got.
Like Steel Dragon Form! Try this!
I'm the true gunslinger around here!
We're not finished! Burn it out!
Why can't they just sit still?
Annihilate! This one's got your name on it!
Action to action!
Water! Here's I call!
Dragon Form!
An astral
That's my key! Doing!
Shut him down!
Not in your dreams! Freeze!
Eternal Devastation!
Primed and ready!
You're mine!
I'm ready!
In an instant! Impact Drop! Dragon Form!
Lunar Corruption! Where are you going? In here! Discard!
On your knees! Explosive ring!
Annihilate! Flame of Fury! Burning!
Dragon Form!
Corrupted! Here's evil!
Begin! Dragon Form!
Discard! Freeze Laser!
Take it! On your knees!
Going in!
Can't get out of this! You're finished! Burn!
Ready! Piercing Wall!
Elusive deity! Dragon Form! Taking fire!
Lunar Corruption!
Over! Come on!
You have to hold on!
Dragon Form!
Tiger Blade!
Carve through! Elusive deity!
Glacial Spear! Pierce Eagle!
How about this?
Freeze Laser!
Elusive deity! Take this! Hitting File Tiger!
I'm ready!
Blow them away!
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
Do you sense one of your friends, Hootle?
A barrier. That may indicate Almeidrea is near.
Then we've got to find a way to get through somehow.
Let's see if we can find something that'll release it.
What is that huge flower-looking thing up there? Is that the ship's engine?
Indubitably. As one might expect, large ships require large engines in order to sail.
And if we destroyed it?
We might well sink the ship. Who knows if we would be able to escape before that happens.
Almeidrea sure has been busy since the contest began.
This isn't Almeidrea's doing.
You mean she didn't build this?
The body, yes. However, my guess is that the engine comes from a starship.
A starship? As in one of those vessels used to go to and from Lenegis?
Correct. The technology employed on Lenegis and in starships is more advanced than anything in our daily lives. Almeidrea may be resourceful, but she could never produce an engine like this on her own.
You mean to tell me we've got even bigger enemies waiting for us up in the sky? My head hurts just thinking about it.
Don't worry about that for now. Just focus on taking care of Almeidrea.
Another incantation ruined.
You see things coming? So much for talking it out.
You've got spirit!
Dragon Form! This one's Where are you going?
Take it! Abort! Try this!
Lunar Corruption! Dragon Form!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade!
Now you'll learn!
This one's mine!
Eternal devastation!
You think that shield will save you?
On my lord! Got fire!
The enemy wields
Let a
R2.
marksman You'll soon see about that!
All yours! Damn it! It's over! You're mine!
Its armor's too strong.
Split it open! Be my guest!
All yours, Kisara. Shine. Radiant light.
Going in!
Transform! Try this! We're not finished!
Do it! I'll say Kisara. All yours, Kisara.
I feel sprightlier than before. Seriously? Is this a joke?
My shield! Try this! Explosive ring! I'm going in! We're not finished!
Get toasty!
Burn strike!
Glacial Spear! Pierce evil!
Dragon Swarm!
Answer!
Explosive ring! Here I come!
Another incantation ruined.
Dragon Swarm! Tempt it!
Mega Ray! You will make a fool of me!
Hurricane Strike! Lancer! This one's mine! This one's mine!
Begin! You're mine!
By the power of Form!
Dragon Form!
Azar!
Dragon Form! Try this!
On your
Hurricane Strike!
Explosive ring! Is this it?
Come on!
No problem! Dragon Form! I'll teach you
Hurricane
Explosive ring! Hold on! Dragon Form!
Hurricane Strike! Hear my call!
It's over!
Look shot! Hear me! Flame of Fury!
I'm not done! Dragon
Hear
Form!
my call!
Try this!
Explosive
ring!
I'm ready!
Going in!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
They've really got us on the ropes.
Don't forget to heal your wounds.
No choice!
Let me
Here
help.
I come!
I can't heal you forever!
Take this!
Hurricane Form! Mega Ray!
Try this!
Lunar Corruption!
Explosive ring!
Seven Eye Aqua! Hear me!
You're mine!
You're
You're finished!
Primed and ready! Hurricane Strike! Look sharp! Seven Eye Aqua! Flaming
Leave the
Meteor!
ensnaring to me.
Yeah! And probably to me!
Dragon Form!
Armor won't save you! I'm ready!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade!
Here I come!
How about this?
Dragon Form!
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion.
Retreat if you know what's good for you.
Dragon Form!
On your
This one's mine!
Not today!
This one's mine!
We're not finished!
Tiger
I'm
Blade!
ready! Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Stardust!
I'm only getting
Rising Phoenix!
air pressure!
Dragon Form!
How about this?
I'm ready! River!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
If you want me to keep healing you, I'm gonna need to rest up.
Sounds prudent.
You're saying we should check the Owl Forest?
Get lost!
That should do it! Dragon Form!
Take this! Hurricane Strike!
No escape!
Mega Ray!
Take the cake! For now!
This one's mine! You could use a hand!
You're mine! It's over!
Alright, let me out!
Dragon Form! Too back!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
It's over!
A Mega Ray!
My turn! I'm not done!
Here goes! Catapult! There! One more! I'm only getting started!
I'm ready! Totally! In an instant! Impact Cross!
Lunar Corruption!
Lunar Corruption!
Take this!
Hurricane Strike! Look sharp!
Dragon Form!
Mega Ray!
All yours, Kisara!
Looks like we won.
I won't forgive you!
I see what you my deal!
Here!
Take this!
Hurricane Storm Blast!
We're not finished!
This one's
No
mine!
escape!
Can you take it?
Burn
Elusive deity!
Dragon Form!
Here Hurricane Splash!
No escape!
Do it!
River!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
Any injuries?
What's this thing?
Coming through! Our arts are being interrupted.
This one's mine! Anything in armor is all mine! I know you all!
Dragon Swarm! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Shine! Radiant light! Cross of regeneration!
Take this! Dragon Swarm! It's on!
Healing circle!
I owe you one!
Far enough! Here I come!
Dragon Swarm! Dragon Swarm!
Annihilation!
Try harder! Dragon Swarm!
Hear me! Flame of fury! Burning strike!
Explosive ring!
Going in!
Dragon Swarm!
Down!
You'll find
You're
no
on.
mercy!
Down blow! Time to shine!
Try this!
Hurricane Splash! Reload!
Radiant light! Force of regeneration!
I'm all down!
Radiant light!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Let it resonate with the earth! Resonate with the earth!
You picked the wrong fight!
Use its weak point to take it down.
All together, everyone!
To be the best motivation.
Dragon Swarm!
Glacial Round and ready!
Dragon Swarm!
Shine! Igneous!
Force of regeneration!
And more.
I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare the Malika!
Shine! Radiant light!
Dragon Swarm!
Blade!
Take this!
Naked shot! Leave the soldiers to me!
Stalagmite!
Here's the healing! Magna Ray! Annihilation! Magna Ray! Gemini Aqua! And now here's the healing arc! First!
Over?
Don't leave me all alone here.
Not
Glacial
done yet!
Spear! Here's the healing!
Elusive deity! I'll thank you!
No one playing nice! Here I go!
Dragon Swarm!
And now stem! Magna Ray! It's time to finish this! Die! Consuming wildfire! Hurricane Strike!
I can carve through armor!
Going in!
Elusive deity!
You're mine! Dragon Swarm! This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for! Get behind me!
Got it! I'll leave it to
Hear
you!
my call! Ready to go! Spread! Steering split! Reload! Annihilation! That's my... You! Glacial Spear!
Shut him down! Dragon Swarm!
Resonate with the
A new leaf on life!
Burn!
Annihilation!
Eternal devastation!
Mega Ray!
Here I come! Try harder! Do as I say!
Take this! Hear me! Feel that glacial spear!
Dragon
Here's
Form!
evil! Freeze Lancer!
Calabash Deity!
Igneous Discharge! Tiger
Resonate
Blade!
with the earth! Stalagmite! You shine! Behold! The earth's hope! Tectonic vision!
Double Demon Fang!
Can you take it on?
Flaming Fury! Tornado Strike! Grounded! You have to run!
Eternal Devastation! Be still!
I'm ready!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
My exploits are bearing fruit.
She sure spared no expense on her castle.
This must be...
The captain's quarters. The presence of the spirit vessel and the sheer extravagance on display can leave no doubt.
There's no one here.
Yeah, but I doubt she's out for a moonlight stroll. You think she jumped ship and ran away again?
I doubt it. The conniving witch is probably up to something.
Agreed. In any case, as long as she hasn't suddenly sprouted wings, she has to be somewhere on the ship. Let's keep looking. The way this key's been placed, it's like she's daring us to come find her.
Yeah, like it's all some damn game to her.
What's wrong, sweetie? Is something scaring you?
Maybe he just doesn't like being in her room.
I think there's more to it than that. What could it be?
Spicy one, eh?
Hurricane Blade!
Look shot! Here I come! You're finished! Here I come! Dragon Orb! My deal? Dragon Swarm! I'm ready!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Does anyone else think this may be just a bit too tough for us?
No choice! Engaging! Release the deity! Lightning King! It's over! Fall back! Rising Falcon! Release!
Glacial Spear!
Dragon Orb! Thunder support!
I couldn't make it in time.
Fire in the hole! Explosive ray!
Do it! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! Now!
Annihilation!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah! And the deity!
They've really got us on the ropes.
Don't forget to heal your wounds.
Finally, some open space again. Looks perfect.
You guys checked your equipment lately?
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
Coming through!
Bring him down! You're mine! Dragon form! Still!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! Dragon form!
On your
Piercing too fast!
stand back. I'll trip it up.
Make it break!
I'm ready for the next battle.
That's far enough!
For my lord!
I can carve through armor.
My shield!
Going in!
I'm not done! We're not finished!
Hurricane
Try
strike!
this!
Here's the healing arm! First aid! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Don't get careless.
Is this the ship's cargo? What a pain. I can't see anything past all this stuff.
Be on your guard. For all we know, there could be something hiding around here.
That's far enough!
Now you'll learn! You picked the wrong fight! Dragon form!
Hurricane strike!
Shattering the pieces! Attack time!
My shield! Dragon form! I'm ready! Go me! In an instant! Impact block!
Resonate with the earth!
Flame of fury!
A comfortable win.
Right, here goes! My lord!
Crescent Moon! Fire support! Ready! Hurricane strike!
Pull back!
Fire
Dragon form!
Where are you going?
Dragon form!
Its armor's too strong.
Then I'll split it open!
Be my guest!
This one's
Now
mine!
you see what I can do!
I'm ready! Go me! In an instant! Impact block!
Together?
There is nothing that can stop us.
Indeed. As one, we are unrivaled.
And that... Seriously? Is this a joke?
Hear my call!
Look sharp! Dragon Dragon Swarm!
I'll shoot them out of the sky! Hurricane Strike!
Explosive ring!
Going in! Go for the weak one!
Here I come!
On guard!
Dragon Swarm!
Ground and power ray! Hurricane Strike!
Explosive ring!
Look sharp! Benediction light.
Dragon
No
Swarm!
arts are being interrupted.
I'm only getting started! Hurricane Strike!
I can carve through
Go
all
in the ray!
That's it! On your knees.
Here's a
Dragon
healing
Swarm!
arm! Crescent moon!
Coming through! Ha! Melt! Scarlet Inferno!
On
Shine!
guard!
Radiant light!
First
In a bind! Use its weak point to take it down.
All together, everyone!
Elusive
On my breath!
Dragon Swarm!
Here's the back! This one's mine!
Seismic rupture!
Try!
Swarm!
Shine! Radiant light! Force of
Zero
regeneration!
And that's my will!
Regenerate!
Tiger Blade!
He who
Flying
performs
power!
their arts were interrupted!
Dragon Swarm!
Will this help? Tempest! Elusive deity!
Healing circle!
You'll find no mercy! On your knees! Air pressure! Benediction light! Heal! Resonate with the earth! Stalagmite! Ready to
Here's
clear!
Tempest! And that's my will!
Stalagmite!
Lightning Strike!
Discharge!
Inferno Torrent!
You require a hand.
Dragon
Hurricane Strike!
Dragon
Searing
Swarm!
Tempest!
Go
And
in.
that's my will!
I'll grind you into dust!
Hurricane
Try
Strike!
this!
This one's mine!
Explosive ring!
Hurricane
This
Strike!
one's mine!
This one's
Dragon
mine!
Swarm!
Force of
You picked the wrong fight!
Going in!
Dragon
Regenerate!
Flame!
In a bind?
Hurricane Strike!
Allow me to
Look
help.
sharp! Graviton shield!
Explosive! Dragon
Look
Swarm!
sharp! It's weakened!
Try this! This ends now!
Do it!
Blow them away!
They've really got us on the ropes.
Don't forget to heal your wounds.
Did that get rid of the barrier?
We'll just have to go back and check.
If Almadria's not in her own room, just where the hell is she?
It's possible she may be on the bridge, but I would guess that she's waiting for us elsewhere on the ship.
Which means she's most likely chosen a place where she'll have the advantage in a fight.
Be careful, guys. I came from an entire family of Danon mages, and that woman murdered all of them. All on her own. I hate to say it, but she's an incredibly powerful astral artist.
We already know she specializes in controlling wind astral energy. But on top of that, she might try to sick that monster on us again, too.
Right. To that woman, life itself is just a toy for her to play with. Let's make sure we put an end to it. Well, we've only one last place to look. Straight ahead.
Almadria.
she is! Almeidrea!
But all alone? Watch yourselves. She's probably planning something.
I was getting rather tired of waiting around. Oh my, and I see you came along as well, Danon Witch.
Almeidrea.
What's this? I thought you couldn't stand the sight of me. Go on, little one. Show me the full force of that hatred of yours. Otherwise, run and hide like the rat you are.
That's enough! How can you smile while causing pain to so many others?
That is the way of those who possess great power. The very way we Renans live by. Those with power set the example, and those without it are forced to obey. Though you two seem to have forgotten that's the way these things work.
And you really think that justifies your actions? You turned all those people into a hollowed sea!
What foolishness. It's only natural that the fate of a slave differ from that of its owner. Very well, I admit I did fan the flames just a tad back in Mies. But it wouldn't have mattered in the slightest if there hadn't been a spark to ignite. Without it, my actions would have been fruitless. Ultimately, it was their very own burning hatred that laid them to waste. To say it was all my fault is simply laying blame at the wrong feet.
No one's perfect. We all have darkness in our hearts. But the atrocities that you've committed, they're unthinkable! Your heart is nothing but darkness!
What a fool! To think time and time again you would challenge Renan authority without so much as an inkling of how things actually work. Such ignorance is why your kind has been enslaved for 300 years.
Almeidrea.
Well, if it isn't Lord Dohalim.
These people are my allies and friends. I won't let you insult them so.
My, what a shock. I never would have expected you to claim mere slaves as your companions. If I didn't know any better, I would question your noble lineage. Oh, how far the mighty have fallen. A traitor such as yourself hardly deserves to be called a lord.
You are nothing compared to Dohalim.
Rinwell.
He would never stand by and laugh. His people hollowed!
Ha! What does it matter? You're descended from those who allowed the power and knowledge entrusted to them to wither away. Your pitiful family may have feared it, but I do not. That knowledge and power is all mine to command. And now, you will witness what that power's truly capable of! Nesmold! Enjoy your meal! Such sad eyes, child. Let me reunite you with your parents.
Shut up! I'm gonna take you down if it's the very last thing I do!
That's right. Loathe me. Every step brings you closer to being me!
You're wrong! You're wrong! I'm nothing like you!
Try this!
Hurricane Strike!
Explosive ring!
Lunar Corruption!
Dragon Swarm!
Lunar Blast! Look sharp! Here goes! Denied! Hear me! Hurricane Strike!
Dragon Swarm!
Laser Spear!
Try it! This one's all mine!
Freeze Laser!
Dragon Swarm!
Let the monsters handle this!
Not today!
Hurricane Strike!
Dragon
This
Swarm!
one's mine! That's it! This one's mine!
Explosive ring!
Lunar Corruption!
Elusive Dragon Swarm!
Crescent
Try
Moon!
this!
It's in your hands now.
Explosive ring!
Don't leave me all alone here! I'll bring you back from death!
bring you back from death's abyss! I'll bring you back from death's abyss! Here, let me help! Resuscitation!
Your Dragon Form!
New leaf on life! Ready to go!
Take this, fool!
I'll heal you all!
Dragon Form!
Healing circle! Hurricane strike! Back into the fray! Look sharp! Thanks, Shion.
Now we're not explosive
Hurricane
ring!
strike! Confiscated! Graviton
Dragon Form!
Take this!
Try this!
Go in!
See what I can do!
Crumble! Leave the chargers to me! What foolishness! Go in!
Try this!
Power it up!
All mine!
This one's mine!
Eat this for me!
Go
Dragon
in!
Form!
Force of regeneration! Can't get out of this!
Dragon Form!
Thunder Touch! Be gone!
Tempting!
Right!
Catapult!
Hurricane
Form!
Where are you going? How about this? Glacial Spear! Here's evil!
Benediction.
Dragon Swarm!
Freeze Warrior!
Try this!
Hurricane Strike!
Explosive ring!
Going in! Searing Flame!
Dragon Swarm!
Right! Hurricane Strike! Flame of Fury! Burning Strike! Water! Hear my call!
Dragon Swarm!
Here's evil! Freeze Lancer!
Ready and ready!
Here goes!
Heal!
Guardian Shield!
Free from regret.
You can use a
Explosive
hand!
ring!
I can
Carve through
Let me out!
Dragon Swarm!
Shine! Radiant light!
Dragon Swarm!
Regenerate!
Burning Strike! Water! Hear my call!
Dragon Swarm!
Going in!
Now we're not
Burning
Dragon
Hurricane
Swarm!
Strike!
Burn in hell!
Going in!
Dragon Swarm!
On your way!
Flaming me!
What's she doing now?
She's infusing her beast with more power.
Get ready!
I'll face you!
Hurricane Corruption! Look sharp! Primed and ready! Mega Ray!
Radiant
Dragon
light!
Form!
Force of regeneration!
Now you've gone and ticked me off!
Regenerate!
Hurricane Strike!
Explosive ring!
Don't suffer another incantation ruin.
Searing Flame! I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare Demolisher! Hurricane Arc Field! Where are you going? Going
You may be strong, but I'll never back down!
in! Lunar... Corruption!
Listen to it! I'll face you!
Shine! Radiant light! Force
Try
of
this!
regeneration!
Explosive ring!
Resonate with the earth!
I owe you one!
Confiscated! Lunar Blast! Back
Try
into
this!
the fray! Annihilate!
Explosive ring!
Flame of Fury! Hurricane Strike!
Shine!
This one's
Radiant
all
light!
mine!
Force of
Dragon
regeneration!
Swarm! Not today!
Searing Flame!
Dragon Swarm!
On guard! Nothing gets by me!
Now you see what I can do!
Mega Ray! Going in! I don't have much left! I'll heal you all! Healing Circle! Ready to go! Ready! Hear my call!
Elusive deity!
Blue Giant come over! Flame of Fear!
Dragon Form!
Glacial Spear! Here's evil! Where are you going? Tiger Blade! Dreams!
Elusive deity!
It's over! This one's mine! By the power
Can't get out of this!
Mega Ray!
Dragon Swarm! Ignite!
By the power
Dragon Swarm!
Do it! Dance on the wind!
Astral Energy!
Say no more!
With the earth!
Dragon Swarm!
Hurricane Fire! Here's the
Explosive ring!
That's it!
They're attacking separately! I can't land a hit on her!
Keep an eye on and take out the monster first. This one's mine.
Dragon Swarm!
She's no stranger to astral arts.
I can take care of that.
Yeah, take it away! I can carve through armor!
Confiscated!
Is this it? You will!
Dragon Form!
Hammond, Flame of Fury! This one's mine!
Behold my truth!
Power!
That looks bad.
Wits about you people!
Meteor! Breeze Lancer!
Shattering!
Pieces! Attack us! The winds of judgment blow your way! Fall before impending calamity! Chaotic disaster!
So that's the trick up her sleeve.
Your astral arms aren't so special. And now, they're mine!
Try harder! Eternal devastation!
It's over?
Such sad eyes, child. Let me reunite you with your parents.
Shut up! I'm gonna take you down if it's the very last thing I do!
That's right. Loathe me. Every step brings you closer to being me!
You're wrong! You're wrong! I'm nothing like you!
Negative gate!
Dragon Form! Ground and pound!
Armor won't save you! Take this! Be gone!
Into the shadow!
Try harder! Negative hit!
One more!
How about this? Dragon
Hurricane
Form!
Strike!
Air pressure! You're mine! It's over!
Take this!
Right!
Searing Flame!
Not this!
Here, this one's mine!
Going in! Dragon Form!
Here's a healing Hurricane Strike! First aid! On guard! Take it away!
Not now, not ever!
I'll heal you all! Healing circle!
Thanks!
Water! Here goes! Press it through! Flaming meteor!
No further!
Igneous discharge!
Dragon Form!
Hurricane strike!
Dragon Form!
See what I can do!
Dragon Form!
Into the hurricane strike!
What foolishness!
Their arcs were interrupted.
Radiant light!
Here's a healing art!
The Beast of Deity! I'm ready to go! Dragon Form!
Hand primed and ready!
Elusive Deity!
This one's mine! Breeze
Right.
Lancer!
Dragon
Where
Form!
are you going? Press it through!
Resonate with the earth! Dragon Form!
Here's a healing art! First time machine! Here I go! Time to
Dragon
shine!
Form!
Hurricane
Know
strike!
your place! Look sharp!
Can't get out of this!
Gemini Eruption!
Does it hurt? Form!
Here's a healing art! Power of light! I can handle it!
Dragon Form!
It's in your hands.
No!
Out of the woods.
Don't leave me all
Dragon
alone
Form!
yet.
Elusive Deity! Explosive ring!
Shield and make!
And then you're dead.
Lunar corruption! By the power of water!
Ignite!
Hurricane strike!
Dragon Form!
Take this! Hurricane strike! Hammy! Flame of Fury!
Resonate with the earth!
Glacial
What's
spear.
she doing
Here's
now?
evil.
She's infusing her beast with more power.
Get ready! Here goes! Here goes! Lunar Igneous discharge!
Dragon
Ground and pound! Ready to go! Hurricane strike! Mine! Going in! Hurricane one's mine!
of this!
It's on!
I'll take you!
You picked the wrong fight!
Stay away! This one's mine! That's it!
Try this!
What foolishness!
Explosive ring!
Here, let me help!
Dragon Swarm!
Here goes! Hurricane Flight! This one's mine! Lunar Corruption! Up!
Air pressure! Try this!
Gemini Aqua! Here goes!
Explosive ring!
Piercing Roar!
Dragon Swarm!
Will this hit?
Right! Explosive ring!
Healing Circle! I owe you one for that!
Now you see what I can do!
I owe you one!
Everlasting dump! Negative again!
You pay for that!
A new lease on life.
Dragon Swarm!
Not on my watch.
That's it!
Into the shadows.
Dance for me!
This one's all mine!
Elusive deity!
Explosive ring!
Take hit!
You picked the wrong fight!
Damn!
Dragon Swarm!
In a bind?
Have some fun!
Totally! In an instant! Impact Drop!
Everlasting
Dragon
flame!
Swarm!
Negative gate! Resonate with the earth! Look shot!
Explosive ring! They're attacking separately!
Can't let him hit on her!
Keep an eye on her, and take out the monster first!
Dragon Swarm!
She's no stranger to astral arts.
I can take care of that.
Yeah! Take it away!
Let me out! Warmer! Flaming meteor! This one's dry! You will suffer!
Resonate with the earth!
It's on!
Stalagmite!
Dragon Swarm!
That looks bad.
Wits about you, people!
Everlasting
Here's a healing art. I'll never forgive you.
What?
I'll take you down. You don't scare me.
Go for it, Rinwell!
Hit
Eat
him now.
this!
Lunar blast.
Dragon Swarm!
Resonate with the earth!
Annihilation.
Denied!
Reload.
Hurricane Flight! Grind and
Now you see what I can do!
This one's mine! One more! By the power of water! Aw, too shy to come over! Here, let me help!
Air pressure!
This one's mine!
Eternal Devastation!
Annihilation. Searing flame.
Dragon Swarm!
Hurricane Flight! This one's mine!
Annihilation.
Explosive ring!
Hurricane Flight!
This one's all mine!
Look sharp!
Try harder!
Let me help!
Dragon Swarm! Eat this!
Hurricane Flight!
Dragon Swarm!
Take this!
Here goes! Let me help!
Instinctual!
Nothing gets by me! Let me in!
Dragon Swarm!
Elusive deity!
This one's mine!
Resonate with the earth!
Can't heal you forever.
Blaze of fear!
Pierce evil.
Piercing roar!
Freeze Lancer.
This one's mine!
Dragon Swarm!
Radiant light!
Look sharp!
Dragon Swarm!
I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare Demolisher!
Here's a healing art.
Dragon Swarm!
All right!
of judgment blow your way! Fall before impending calamity! Chaotic disaster!
So that's the trick up her sleeve.
Your astral arms aren't so special. And now, they're mine!
You will suffer!
Lunar corruption! Lunar blast!
Behold my true power!
Hurricane strike! Going in! One more!
No rest for the wicked.
Look sharp! Catapult! Tiger blade! Catapult!
The winds of judgment blow your way! Fall before impending calamity! Chaotic disaster!
Hurricane strike! Mega ray!
I couldn't make it in time.
Armor won't save you!
Ready!
Train hard and behold! True power!
Tiger blade! Hurricane strike!
Dreams!
Dance on the wind!
Lunar corruption! One more! Lunar blast!
Not today!
Back into the fray!
Elusive
Annihilation!
Soaring blast!
Where are you going?
The winds of judgment blow your way! Fall before impending calamity! Chaotic disaster! Will suffer! Try and run! Behold my shattering pieces!
Here's evil! Freeze Lancer!
Armor won't save you!
Can you take it? Dragon Force!
Prepare me! Flame of Fury! Burning Strike! Not on my watch!
The winds of judgment blow your way! Fall before impending calamity! Chaotic disaster!
Gemini Aqua!
Stay away from my friend!
You will suffer! Just try and run! Behold my true power!
Eternal devastation! Burn in hell!
I'll end you! Astral energy!
Say no more!
You murdered my mother and father. But I'm not like you.
Rinwell.
Even now, I hate you. But here I am, unable to let go. Honestly, even if I took my hatred out on you here and now, it wouldn't make me feel any better in the long run. I realize that now. So, I won't kill you. I'll take you in and make damn sure justice is served the right way.
You would dare mock me with your foolish, useless pity? A Dahnan, nothing more than a mere slave. I won't allow you to...
It's not about what you think. Or being Dahnan or Renan. Because you'll atone for the crimes you committed. And that's all.
that swordsman again!
Oh, Lord Volron, what brings you here? No, forgive me. I've forgotten myself. Please allow me to make it up to you, my lord.
Silence now, wretched snake. Does it hurt? It should. That pain is proof you're still alive. Enjoy it.
Volron. Years ago, the Lord of Ganath Haros met a sudden death. His successor was a man by that very name, Volron.
And like a restless lover, I've come back for more.
Stop right there!
Think you can cut me down? What?
Wait, what just happened to him? Alvin! Say something! Let go of me! Let me go!
Shionne!
Alvin!
Shionne!
Alvin!
Come and find me, if you truly are the Sovereign. After all this time, I'll be free from this hell. I can finally go home. I doubt I'll ever see this place again. Might as well walk the block once more for old time's sake. As usual, nobody wants to explain anything to me. They just threaten and harass me instead. What does everyone think I am? Some sort of talking pet? They're the ones that dragged me all the way up here in the first place. Bastards. I shouldn't have bothered coming out. Might as well head back to my room. I just wanted to go back. To Dana. To my home.
Alphen.
Leori.
Live for me.
No. Leori. No!
Wait, please. Wait, What was that? How long ago was that? That's right. Shion. Oh, right. That's what pain felt like. So much for it all being a bad dream. Where am I? Where is everyone? I need to find them. Better start looking.
Iori. Shion. Damn it!
Dragon Swarm! You're mine! Dragon Swarm! Here I come! Here I come! You're finished! You're finished! Dragon Swarm! It's over! Dragon Swarm! Crush! Dragon Swarm! Be still! Take this! You're finished! Crush! Dragon Swarm! Take this! You're mine! You're mine! You're mine! Lewis! It's on! You picked the wrong fight! Dragon Swarm! Take this! Dragon Swarm! Dragon Swarm! Dragon Swarm! This should do it! You're mine! It's over! Dragon Swarm! You're mine! Dragon Swarm! You're finished! Eternal Devastation! Dragon Swarm! Be still! Dazzle! Mirage! Dragon Swarm! Here I come! Dragon Swarm! Here I come! Dragon Time! Eat dirt! Here I come!
Alvin?
Finwell!
What happened just now? Normally you'd be able to take that thing with your eyes closed.
Thank goodness you're alive. Are you all right?
Yeah.
I'm just glad we found you in one piece. You were the only one still missing. There's a village back the way we came from, Thistleim. Kisara and La are already there.
Finwell, where are we?
Ganeth Haros, Volron's realm. Remember?
Ushered by the waves straight to the enemy stronghold. A rare stroke of luck, it would seem.
Luck?
If Volron's here, that means Shion's close too, right?
Shion? Oh. Right. Of course.
Are you sure you're feeling okay? You seem a little off.
He's probably just exhausted. Let's save the catching up for when we're back at the village.
You sense one of your pals, Hoodle? speaking of Thistleim, it's populated by Dahnans, but they're not under the rule of any lord. Pretty refreshing, huh? The whole town was built by Dahnan defectors, escapees from elsewhere. This area's teeming with stray Zeugles, though, so heaven only knows how they managed to set up a community here. The ordeal seems to have left them understandably on edge. Kisara and La are back there right now, trying to convince them of our good intentions. Say, Alphen, it looks like you got your face back then.
Yeah. And your sense of pain, too, it would seem. Any connection?
Really? Oh, but that means...
Probably.
I wonder if Alphen's going to be okay.
For now, I believe we should hold off on speculation. Simply keep an eye on him.
Right. You're saying we should... check the Owl Forest?
Alphen! Boy, am I glad to see you safe.
Well, did you manage to convince them we're not in league with any lord?
Yeah, eventually.
When the ship sank, I thought we were done for. Guess the world just couldn't keep us apart.
Yeah, and now we can finally go rescue Xion.
There's something I need to tell you guys first. I got my memory back.
So, what did you remember? Are you able to tell us now?
Give the man some space, Law.
I remember being up on Lenegis.
Go on.
I was abducted from Dahna. I was told if I ever wanted to return home, I'd have to cooperate. So that's what I did. Next thing I knew, they had made me into the Sovereign.
You mean to say you won the crown contest? As a Dahnan?
No. They kept me locked in a strange facility. They experimented on me, like I was nothing more than an animal. There were others, but only I survived. Of course, I wasn't really a king. The reality was that they treated me worse even than the lowest slave. The only reason I survived was because my body was able to withstand the Sovereign's power that they placed inside me.
The crest that appeared behind you on Almeidria's ship must have undoubtedly been that of the Sovereign. It all makes sense now. Your affinity with the Blazing Sword, and the strange powers you possess, they were all because you were the Sovereign.
Okay, but why would the Renans go out of their way to give you all that power? Just what exactly does being the Sovereign entail?
They said it was for something called the spirit channeling ceremony. They taught me how to harness my power for when the big day came. As for what the ceremony was actually for, unfortunately, I never found out.
So if what you're saying about being on Lenegis is true, then maybe you really did meet Xion. After all, you said you recognized her from somewhere, right?
But Xion said she'd never seen him before. How do you explain that?
I was wrong. It wasn't Xion I knew from Lenegis. It was Naori. She was a Renan maiden they paired me with during the spirit channeling ceremony. She's the woman I kept seeing in my dreams.
A maiden? What?
Wait, so this Naori figure just happens to be the double of Xion? Bit coincidental, isn't it?
Naori's family name was Imeris.
Imeris? As in Xion Imeris?
So they're distant relatives or something? Wait, or are they sisters?
Your guess is as good as mine. All I know is it was Naori. She's the one who put the mask on me.
The mask? But why?
To keep my soul from devouring itself over the guilt. After what I did on Lenegis. Over the lives I took.
Lives? You mean you staged a rebellion?
Perhaps it was a part of this spirit channeling ceremony?
I don't know. Whatever it was that the spirit channeling ceremony was supposed to achieve, it didn't turn out as planned. I lost consciousness halfway through. By the time I came to, Lenegis was a sea of flames. I opened my eyes to see Naori there, weeping. I shudder to think of how many deaths I caused that day. Certainly more than any of these lords can claim, I'm sure.
You really expect us to believe this? First the Sovereign, then Lenegis? You couldn't possibly have done all that.
I wonder. In ancient scripture, there is tell of a terrible calamity that befell Lenegis, nearly destroying it. The restoration took years, and required the work of countless laborers.
By ancient, you mean...
It predates the crown contest, to a time before even the first Renan invasion of Dana. More than 300 years ago.
300? But that'd make Alphen...
That's right. I'm pretty much an antique of a human being. Deep down, maybe I already knew.
Alphen.
Some hero, huh? Cooperating with the same villains who snatched me from my home, committing mass slaughter, only for it to slip my mind. Then, when I finally remember, turns out I'm so old I've got scripture written about me. So much for standing up to injustice. I've probably got more blood on my hands than all the lords combined!
Alphen, stop! Honestly, I'm not going to pretend to understand what all this means. But what I do know is that right now, you're just reacting to the shock.
Sara.
Listen. What you really need is time. Time to process things and get your head straight. Truth be told, I think that probably goes for all of us.
What about Shion? We can't just...
I'm worried about Shion too, Law. But it's clear that Alphen's in no fit state to fight. This is Volron, remember? Even at full capacity, it's practically a suicide mission. We stay put in the village till we're ready. Okay, everyone? Take some time to think things through, okay? But remember, we're all here for you if you need us. No matter how dark things might seem, you're not alone, Alphen.
Thank you.
It's fine. All right, everyone. Let's break for now.
Do I even have the right to fight? Do I have the right to go to Shion's rescue? What do the others think?